Good afternoon. It's like 11:15. I usually do a trader update. You can see it written out on the blog as of now. I think it's a pretty lethargic tape. I feel like we put in that low, the pivot low of 133.90 on the spiders. We've come off that low. Maybe we could bounce a little higher. We have a very similar trade like we've seen over the course of the past week, whereas once we get over the previous pivot, which just says 134.49, you can get some kind of squeeze. If you look here at the chart right here, just on the spiders, you will see that here it is on a 3-minute basis, here it is on a 5-minute basis. So as you can see, we do have some type of pivot area to trade against. The low here is 133.90. This is at 134.49. So I guess the longer it stays here, the longer maybe some shorts get a little worried that if we trade above it, you can get a squeeze, but I really don't think we get much here. I think if you're playing for a bounce, maybe we get to here and perhaps they try and fill the gap. So we shall see. But the longer we stay below this and don't fill this gap, I think the bears might be able to press right here, but if they did that earlier on like I tried, you got squeezed. One thing I've been talking about is this apple. If you look here on this apple, I think that you have a small little pivot here, okay, where you have the low of the day is 562. So the longer it stays below this 565, I feel like in order for this market to accelerate to the downside, we got to break this 562. And then if you come here to my E signal, you will see that that's right here. So we're coming into a very crucial area. Right now it hasn't been doing much, but if you look here, this is really the line in the sand. If we break below 562, perhaps some people might try and get short, including me. And then you have here, that's 558. So that's, the prices are right there. So with that said, we're below these moving averages. This is what I think everyone's kind of watching here. If you look at also something like JP Morgan, not much of a bounce, but it put a small pivot low in at around 35.76. So I think if this holds, it's going to be hard to get any more downside on the day. It's trying to crawl up. Maybe you could fill this gap. I tried it earlier on, but yeah, I guess there's a day trade there. So overall, I just feel like today, I know on Friday I was trying to buy versus the morning pivot lows, and it was actually fruitful. Made good money. Earlier the week I was trading short below the pivot, long above it with some action. At this point I feel like the McClellan oscillator is like -49, not even -80, where we're very oversold. I do still think that we're going to see 13 to 13.20. So at this point it's hard to short, which it's been on these big down opens, and I just don't feel as excited about buying the way we did last week for cute tactical trades. Doesn't mean you have to do that, but if you're going to try long, be long versus the morning low. We break that morning low, get out of the way, and if you're an uncommitted short, you go back to the chart here. I'm sure these guys that are uncommitted, will be covering into this area like they've done a lot last week. Or if you want to look up here, where a lot. So uncommitted shorts trade versus 134.49, 136.61. And that's really it. Some guys are probably short right here versus that, and long versus this. So pick your poison. For me, I just think it's kind of noisy, and I have some meetings this afternoon, so it's an uninvolved trade for me. Have a good afternoon. I will see you at the recap.